Last year, New York Times bestselling author Chaz Ebert released a book with a title that got a lot of attention. It's called It's Time to Give a Feck, Elevating Humanity Through Forgiveness, Empathy, Compassion, and Kindness. And it worked. People around the world have bought the book and were inspired. And now Chaz wants to celebrate people who are living out that mantra. And she's here this morning to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. I had to read it a couple of times and clarify. But that was the point, right?
Yes.
To get everybody's attention.
Well, actually, it turned out that the book that I wrote and the chapters fell like that. In fact, is an acronym.
Yes.
Like you said, for forgiveness, empathy, compassion, and kindness. And it didn't even, I have to admit, at first it didn't even occur to me, give a feck.
But it works.
But it works.
Sometimes things fall into place like that. I love that. So talk to me about some of the highlights of the book, because obviously, you know, the acronym kind of explains it.
Yes.
But what the book is about, and then how you want people to be nominated for
the
applying
FEC
these.
Awards.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole point is not to buy the book. The point is to live out the principles. You know, I was on a show, another show, and there were people in front of me who were people who advised people on wealth.
Okay.
And they were talking about finding gold items. And I thought, you know what? I am prospecting for gold. I'm looking for the gold, the good in people. The people who are kind, the people who, you know, that coworker who has your back, the person who, you know, I was watching TV and someone was sick and someone was mowing their lawn. Just things that people do that we don't really think about. People think, I think today we've gotten a little more negative about things, and yet every single day I hear about people who are doing extraordinary things. And I decided, why not have a ceremony here in Chicago where we celebrate them? And so the FEC Awards will be next April 4th, 2026 here in Chicago.
And so besides just, I mean, getting recognized even for something small always feels good for people.
Yeah.
What kind of is that recognition going to look like? Is it something they could put up in their home? Is it, you know, is it just being able to walk out on stage and get an applause? What is kind of the overall reward for those people that get nominated?
Okay, so that was thought out too. The reason we're doing it is because kindness is contagious.
Yeah.
Empathy is contagious, and compassion is contagious. The people, they will actually get prizes. Those are in the works now.
We love prizes.
Yeah, prizes are good, but they will be able to invite their family and friends to come see them being recognized.
Yeah.
And you know what? I read all these studies with psychiatrists and psychologists talking about how our bodies and our brain manufactures all of these serotonins. We know we get endorphins and other kind of serotonins that actually not only make us feel good, make us healthier. And so when we do things that are good for other people, it actually helps make us healthier. It helps make our society better.
Yeah.
And you know, when my late husband Roger Ebert was sick, we actually did things. Not only did we do things to help make him laugh, but we talked about things, we brought in people. He went to our film festival where people talked about things that were, he said what made him cry was goodness, not things that were sad. There was a point when he had a scar after surgery that wouldn't heal. We started doing things like I say, laughter, or bringing in people who were doing good things for other people. Do you know the scar healed so much faster?
Wow.
And the doctor said that is a medical thing that should be studied. And I think that they do study things like that now. So giving a FEC actually helps not only helps make the world better, it helps make us healthier.
Absolutely. And I'm so sorry to hear about your husband, by the way. And was he, or just was there one pivotal thing that inspired you to put this together?
Thank you for asking that question, because the E in FEC stands for empathy and Ebert. Because Roger said that movies are a machine that generates empathy. That when we look at the lives of someone who's different than us and we start understanding them and just appreciating the difference and maybe helping bring us together a little bit, developing empathy is something that's really good for the world too.
Yeah,
So
it's universal, for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. Well, you can find Chaz's book and details about the Give Effect Awards at giveeffect.com.
Yes, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay, we started accepting nominations on October 15th. We're getting lots of nominations, but I have to say one thing. The nominations are almost all for kindness, empathy, compassion. We would love to get more nominations on people who actually forgave people or were forgiven by people.
And that's a tough one.
That's
probably the hardest one.
That's the hardest one.
All right,
Yeah.
we need some forgiveness nominations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.